Defamation is one of the greatest legal risks facing journalists in Kenya today. In a race to break news, inaccurate reporting can destroy reputations and lead to costly court cases. This feature examines how defamation law shapes journalistic responsibility while protecting the press freedom. Defamation occurs when false information is published and harms a person's reputation. Kenya's journalists must balance between the public's right to know with accuracy, fairness, and verification. Today, we follow one landmark defamation fight and look at what it tells journalists, public figures, and citizens about the truth, reputations, and the public's right to know. Here is also a breakdown of how defamation charges are and how the legal process ran from the beginning to the end. We first start by looking at types of defamation charges. In Kenya, and particularly most countries in the world, there are four types of defamation charges, which are the libel, slander, civil defamation, and criminal defamation, which is limited or abolished in many jurisdictions. Label refers to defamation that is written or published in a permanent form. This includes newspapers, magazines, books, online blogs, articles, social media, and captions. Label is considered more serious because it is written permanently stored. Slander refers to defamation that is spoken or expressed in a temporary form. This includes words spoken in a TV talk show or radio interviews or speeches or podcast. Slander often requires a proof that statements caused actual damage, such as loss of income or reputation. Another type of defamation is civil defamation, which falls under civil law. In civil defamation, the injured person, who is also known as the plaintiff, sues the publishers seeking an apology or retraction, damages which amounts to financial compensation, an injunction to stop further publication. Civil defamation focuses on repairing harm, not punishment. Another type is criminal defamation. In some countries, defamation was once treated as a criminal offense. However, in many democratic systems, including Kenya, criminal defamation has been rejected because it limits the freedom of expression. Today, defamation is addressed as a civil matter, not a criminal matter. Now, here is how the defamation process runs, and it all starts by a publication of an alleged defamatory content, which can be either in a TV story, a radio report, a social media post, or an online video. Then, the person mentioned believes that the content is false and damaging. Now, the second step is before going to court, the aggrieved person sends a demand letter to the journalist or media house, and the letter usually asks for an apology, correction, or retraction or financial compensation. And some end at this stage through settlement. If no agreement is reached upon the second stage, the complainant files a civil suit in court. The court documents the following outline: the defamatory words, where and when they were published, and how they harmed the person's reputations. The journalist or the media house becomes the defendant. The next steps from here is defense by the journalist or the media house. The defendant responds by filing a defense. Common defense often include truth or jurisdiction if that the statement was true, fair comment if it was an opinion on a matter of public interest, privilege if the content reported was from official proceedings, and the public interest to know if the story served public good. Now, the next step after defense by the media house or the journalist is hearing and presentation of the evidence, as both sides are now required to present evidence in court, and this may include recordings, articles, eyewitness testimonies, among many others. Journalists may be required to show how they verified behind the story is now the next step. And here, after hearing and determining the case, the court delivers a judgment, and the court may dismiss the case, order an apology or instructions, award damages to the complainant, injunction against further publication. In one landmark defamation case, the Nation Media versus Mwangi in 2018, the court ruled that the media house had a duty to verify facts before publication. The judgment emphasized that freedom of the press is not absolute and must be exercised responsibly. Failure to verify information amounts to negligence and attracts legal liability. Defamation, as it is, has several impacts on journalistic practice in Kenya. A defamation law has now forced journalists to strengthen fact checking and source verification, seek legal advices on sensitive stories. Interviews by journalists and legal experts highlight how responsible reporting protects both the public interest and media credibility. In the end, the battle between reputation and truth will continue to shape Kenya's media landscape, but the path forward demands responsibility from everyone who creates or shares information. And protecting free expression is not just about speaking, it's about ensuring what is spoken, written, or posted serves the public interest without destroying lives. Reporting to you live, I'm Trevor Otieno Obude.